The first thing I'd like to show you is that it is really believable. It is the sweet spot. It's not too small. It's not too big. It's just really gorgeous. So anyway, let's go back. We have the round bracelets, the round cut stones in the bracelets. Those are 10.5 carats on each in the yellow gold over silver or the sterling silver or the princess cut. And those pop up to 17.2 carats total weight on these. And yet we're going to save you $20. Normally the price is $59. We're going down to, excuse me, normally the price is $79. We're coming down to basically $59, giving you a $20 price break just for this 1 hour, just for this show. All right, we go into the noon show, that price is going up, which is why I wish I had brought my phone with me. I'm like, seriously, why didn't I think of that? I never bring my phone to the studio. But it's one of those times where I was like, why didn't I think ahead to that? Because I know exactly what I want. But anyway, small, average, or large is also available. Small being 6.5 to 7 inches. The average 7 to 7.5 inches. Large 7.5 to 8 inches. Beautiful.
Yes, I know. And
wow,
nothing more classic than a tennis bracelet, right? It's always going to be at the top of the list, like that one day. It's a jewelry box essential. And we tend to wait for that milestone moment to either treat ourselves or to justify it, right? Maybe it's a birthday that ends in a 0 or a 5, or maybe it's a retirement or, you know, what have you. You don't have to wait just for those anniversaries or things like that. This is a piece you will wear every day, so you should be able to buy it any day. For example, on a Monday.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So that's
exactly right. And you know, a lot of times people say, well, you know, I was watching all weekend, so I don't watch on Mondays. Honey, you miss out on some of the really awesome pieces on a Monday.
Oh my goodness.
So I always do a Q check any day of the week, whether I'm here or I'm not. But this one, take us through it a little bit, because again, some of the details that really make this new classics collection really high end without a high end price.
So here's your hidden box clasp. It has that push button release up here and your double figure 8 safety catches, which is important. That's what we would find in a diamond tennis bracelet, so we give you that in Diamonique too. Now, since it's open, let's take a look at the fluidity of this piece. If you can take a tennis bracelet and just sort of roll it over your finger, that is how smooth and how fluid it is, how it's going to just drape along the wrist. Then you'll notice every single one of these princess cut stones are perfectly matched to each other. So they shimmer and they shine. And I love that in a tennis bracelet too, with the princess cut, how they just have that straight line that goes all the way across. And then while you're there, let me turn it sideways so you can see that little signature touch that we have in our classics collection for you. It's the hidden heart on every single basket. So wherever there's a stone, when you turn it to the sides, you're going to see those little hearts.
I love it. And even go to the bottom, because why is it important for the bottom to be open? Because you can go out and buy a lot of fashion jewelry and it's closed up in the back. Why? Because those stones, it doesn't matter. They're not going to sparkle much no matter what, you know. But these have to be open.
Right. When we want to have that opportunity for you to be able to easily clean them too.
Yeah, true.
Because as, you know, when the basket being open, so the light can play with the stone even on the sides of it. But when you wear your jewelry, there's going to be lotions and perfumes and hand sanitizer and all of that stuff that will eventually make its way to the bracelet and work its way maybe down the sides and then underneath it. Well, guess what? If that underneath is closed off, how are you going to clean and get that out of there?
Right.
That's when the stones would begin to dull. So we leave this open so that you can easily clean it. I have a special baby soft toothbrush, and I keep it just for my jewelry. When I'm washing my hands, I'll plug the sink and I'll just give my pieces a little scrub and they come back to life.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to mention too that with this bracelet, now come on back for a second. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to kind of move them all to the side here, okay? So that you can see the actual size of the rounds and the size of the princess cuts, all right? Here's the size of the rounds, and that's giving you 10.3 5 carats on each of those. And there's your round stones, just absolutely gorgeous. And then this is the princess cut, 17.2 carats. They are not too big. That's the other thing.
Right.
I believe Katya has a different bracelet on that we were looking at. But anyway, this one, I'm going to put it side by side to my princess cut ones just to show you. And I'll also pick the sterling so you can see how those go. You see that? This is the rounds, and then there's the princess right there. $58.98. We're talking less than $15 a month to get this home. I mean, seriously, you could buy this right now, get it in about a week's time, put it on. What do you recommend? When should we take it off? When should we leave it on? You know, that kind of thing.
Well, I usually save my tennis bracelets, I put them on last. Just because if you're taking, you know, changing shirts off and on, you don't want it to get caught in your sleeve, right? So it's just easiest to make that your finishing touch. And then I would take that off first before, you know, I took my top off, because you didn't want, like, anything in the sleeve. It could easily catch on any jewelry, really. So it's just easiest to do it that way. Here it is next to a watch. This is one of the most classic looks that you'll ever see. You know, it's elevated. A timepiece on its own is nice, but look how pretty it is when you slide in a little sparkle next to it. And then don't be afraid to kind of mix in some of your favorite bracelets. They don't have to all be Diamonique.
Right.
Right? I want
That's
you to wear
right.
all of your favorites, and it just adds a little bit of sparkle. So.
I love not only with a watch, but a bangle. You
Yes.
know, like
Oh, wait, do I have one?
do you?
I
Ooh,
do.
That's good. I didn't
brought
even know
one.
that. But I'm kind of a bangle
Not in the
girl.
show, but
yeah, not in
to
the
your
show.
point,
Yeah.
you know, we have to, how are you actually going to style this in your day-to-day life? You're
Yeah.
not going to wear just head to toe this entire show.
Right.
Right? You
Look
like
at
that?
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, so you mix
That's
the textures
stunning.
in, right?
Yeah, and actually that bangle right there is fairly new.
It is.
It came in not too long ago because I had that on the air and it was so stunning.
That's called the Wanderlust bracelet if you're looking for it.
Wanderlust.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. But here's the key. I'm going to remind you, guess what? This is at this price just for this show. So if you're thinking, I don't need it right now, okay, I get that. If you have plenty, you don't need one, I get it. But these are extra special. They are done in a classic, elegant design, and you can choose whether you want the round stones in the sterling or the yellow gold over sterling, or the square cut, princess cut stones in the sterling or the yellow gold over it. I'm wearing all the yellow gold, but put your hand up here.
There's
hon.
the silver.
And there's the silver, and you can see it on our wrists. Stunning. And you're getting it home for less than $15 a month. 1,400 of these already gone. That's more than half of our quantity already gone. And you right now have less than 30 minutes to get in on these bracelets. That's what a one-time only price is. And one other thing I just have to tell you about a one-time only price, it's not just that it's just for this show, but it's also the lowest price you're gonna see anytime within the next several months. So it's like between now and Christmas, this is probably the lowest price you are going to see at any point, and it won't go lower. It won't even be this price again. It has to be at a higher price. That's our own rules of what is a one-time only. So that's why I say, you want to give it as a gift? Oh my goodness, this hour is the hour. Call anyone you know that might have a girlfriend, a wife that they want to buy it for, anything like that. Well, this is the matching necklace. So we're going to tell you a little bit more